is the voice recording studio.
What's good, what's great, what's golly, y'all? Today, I'm coming back from Montreal, Canada, where Rogue Factor and Nacon flew me out for an exclusive hands-on preview of their upcoming game, Hell Is Us. And I mean, seriously, like, my suitcase is right there. I just came back, dropped my suitcase, dropped everything so I can record my first impressions for you guys so I didn't forget anything and how I was feeling. But here are my first impressions after going hands-on with this ambitious new action-adventure set to release on September 4th, 2025. It'll also be available on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And then for those that's looking for early access, the Digital Deluxe Edition will give players a head start with September 1st, so 3 days earlier than everybody else. But I want to be honest, Hell Is Us is shaping up to be one of the most visually striking and innovative action adventure games of the year, combining cutting-edge graphics with a bold, player-driven exploration philosophy. So let's go ahead and get into it a little bit more. All right, y'all, let's talk about exactly what is Hell Is Us. Hell Is Us is a third-person action-adventure set in a semi-open world. You play as Rémi, a soldier searching for answers in a mysterious war-torn land planned by supernatural beings known as Hollow-Walkers. The game world is called Hadea, and it's designed for exploration, discovery, and it's up to you to investigate, piece together clues, and chart your own path, which is honestly insane. This leads me to my next point. Exploration is literally with no hand holding at all. It's all on you. Now, this is where things get like really interesting. There's no map, there's no quest markers, no magical compass pointing you to where to go next. Instead, it's truly all player driven. They call it player plattering. Yeah, player plattering is what they called it when I was doing my first impressions in Montreal. But you'll have to listen to conversations. You will have to pay attention to your surroundings. And you got to use your instincts to uncover new areas, missions, secrets, dungeons. Like, it's just so much, but it's honestly, it's rewarding. It's truly rewarding because Rogue Factor wants you to be curious. They want you to get lost and truly discover the world for yourself without having anything to influence your decisions. But next up, I want to talk about the graphics in Unreal Engine 5, because Hell Is Us is visually stunning. Thanks to the use of Unreal Engine 5, the game is using the engine's advanced capabilities to deliver ultra realistic graphics with environments that are richly detailed. So whether you're exploring like named ruined cities, dense forests, or supernatural landscapes, the visuals create a dark and moody tone that perfectly matches the game's themes of war and the supernatural. Now, the lighting and environmental storytelling is super impressive because it enhances the eerie and ominous feel throughout your journey in your gameplay. Now, talking about the graphical fidelity, it stands out even among other next-gen titles. We got to play it on the PC with a, I believe it was a 4090, it was a top-notch PC 4090 AMD graphics card. I'm pretty sure it had 64 gigabytes of RAM. Like, it looked amazing. But, you know, you can kind of compare it to other titles, you know, like Death Stranding for its environmental style, and to Dark Souls for its atmospheric tension. But every texture, shadow, and particle effects, it just feels meticulously crafted, making exploration not just rewarding for gameplay, but also a true visual treat. And the level of quality is even more impressive, considering the game was developed by a small in-house team of 62 people. Like, everything about the game was made in that studio that you will see. Crazy. But next up, I kind of want to talk to you about the combat, because this is where the game really starts to shine for me after you get a feel for it. At first, combat feels a little, a little slow, a little methodical. You'll be using a variety of melee weapons. You start off with a sword, then you end up getting axes and spears, and they all have their own style and abilities. Kind of like, traditional Souls-like RPGs, etc. But once you unlock your drone companion, oh, combat opens up in a big way, because the drone isn't just a sidekick. It's a tactical tool that lets you distract enemies, set up special attacks and combos, and manage crowds when things get hectic. And things will get hectic. But the main thing I feel like a lot of people need to focus on, especially when you first get in the game, is mastering that parry window and learning the timing for your lymphatic healing, because that's going to be key to this game. Because once you get the hang of these mechanics, the combat really opens up and starts to remind you of a few Souls-like game. Now, a lot of y'all gonna reference Souls-like, but I'm gonna be honest. The developers was very clear with this. This is not a Souls-like. The goal is to offer a well-seasoned difficulty that's challenging and rewarding, but not overly like, you know, punishing. And I kind of respect that from somebody that doesn't like overly hard games. I like to be challenged, but I don't want to be punished because I messed up a few, you know, combos, blocks, period, etc. But I enjoyed the gameplay. I enjoyed the combat. I love how everything came together, especially during that preview. But speaking about combat, we can talk about the combat skills and abilities, because you'll also unlock special skills for both Rémi and the drone. There are abilities like the Typhoon Spin Attack, a Super Dash where you diving through people, and even weapon glyphs that give you new powers. Like, using these skills effectively, especially in tougher enemy encounters with multiple people, is where the combat system really comes alive. And excuse me, not people, the Hollow Walkers. Those are the enemies you're going to be fighting, not actual people. But that's when the combat really starts to shine and comes alive. Like, oh my God. I want to talk to y'all about, you know, the atmosphere and the world building a little bit more, because the world of Hadea is mysterious and atmospheric. There's a sense of history and depth everywhere you go, from abandoned villages to the hidden dungeons. Because there's no map or quest log, you'll be constantly paying attention, piecing together clues from the environment, from conversation with NPCs. Like, you're going to be a real life detective. You're going to be like Batman, Sherlock Holmes, etc. Really out here piecing together what's going on in Hadea. And I kind of like it, because for me, you know, story isn't always, well, not even story, combat isn't always the end all be all. You need something to get you invested into the game. You need something to get you invested and go into this area and figure out why this happened. Or you might invest time into an NPC that leads you through a mission or trails. You feel me? So with them doing that, it is actually going to make you want to come back and play the game a lot. Makes you want to figure out, for the completionist, why did this happen? Where did this happen? What's going on? And it's just truly impressive. It's really impressive. But to sum it all up, Hell Is Us is really shaping up to be a distinctive, exploration-driven action adventure with a focus on discovery and tactical combat. So if you love games that trust you to find your own way, kind of like what they did in Assassin's Creed Shadows, and it's going to reward your curiosity, this is one that you need to keep your eyes on. The blend of challenging combat, player-driven exploration, and a handcrafted world makes it stand out from the other games that's coming out this year. But I truly want to say thanks again to Rogue Factor and Nacon for inviting me out to Montreal, giving me this early look at Hell Is Us, because this game and that experience was truly amazing, and I can't wait for y'all to experience. But I have more coverage on the games be closer to the launch, so be sure to subscribe for more updates, and make sure y'all stay blessed, stay beautiful, more importantly, stay godly, and let me know in the comments what you think about the no map exploration first approach. If you have any questions about my hands-on time, drop them below in the comments. I will answer, I will respond. But thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time.